I was told the most unhinged shit yesterday. As I'm sure we all know, like a very good basic slash strong idea is to set up sandwich pressure with your characters. And Yasuo definitely facilitates that quite well. First things first, he can do it himself and set up things like that, whether he's on point or he's an assist. I think Ari used to be able to do something similar. I don't think she can dash through anymore, but she used to be able to do that. But yeah, if you just call her a regular assist, it doesn't pass through anymore. I think it used to. But that used to be quite good. But I was playing some games with Brandon last night, and dude, let me just say, it was getting late. Like when I had initially gotten off work, I already had a headache, and then it was time to play online, and then it got super late, like 2 in the morning. So dude, I was cooked. It was over for me. But while Brandon and I were playing, the moment in question was that I would send my assist out, it would pass through my opponent, and I would just be like, oh hey, like if I'm behind them, tag me in. Like that is so good. It's obviously like a basic strong offense to set up, and Yasuo facilitates that really well. But low-key, I had to do like a double take because Brandon said back, he's like, oh, why? Like, you never do that for me. I'm like, none of your characters do that, dude. What the fuck? The only character that Brandon plays that might set that up would be Blitz, but Brandon was playing a majority of the time as Teemo last night because obviously a new shiny character. Same for me. I was playing a bit of Warwick, but when it was time to lock in, I would switch to Yasuo. So what I think we would need here for like this to actually work and actually get like a sandwich pressure going so I could snap in blitz would be like some kind of forward advancing move into blitz assist. And I think Warwick does have shit like that. You know, he could do something like yeah, the only ways I could specifically think with Warwick would be to use his down S1 or maybe his down S2. But like his normal, like his other special moves won't let him pass through. Okay. I think I roughly have the timing for that, but like I don't expect Brandon to have that level of timing with something like a Warwick. But sandwich pressure is not actually what I wanted to talk about. Obviously, we are in the offline mode for the release of 2xKO. We are getting ranked matches today. I'm going to be doing my ranked game session here in a bit once the patch actually drops. I want to talk about impressions. The most notable impressions right now are, of course, the release of Teemo and Warwick. They obviously kind of sort of shadow dropped the Warwick on us. This was like the first character I was actually excited for, like somewhat. I was like, oh, okay, like I actually really wanted to play that character. As far as strength, I really can't super tell right now. While Brendan and I were in the midst of playing, we only ran into one Teemo that was even remotely annoying, and that was a player using the team of Teemo and Yasuo, and they were just throwing projectiles, making use of windwall assists, stuff like that. It seemed relatively effective, especially against another Teemo or another zoner of the like. With that said though, watching the Teemo mirror match is fucking dreadful. Like that, I was literally just saying, dude, just tag me in. Like I can't watch this. But as far as like actual strength, I don't know, like it doesn't seem too strong. I could be very wrong. It's obviously early, like everything's getting figured out and whatnot. Now as far as Warwick is concerned, I think it's very probable that Warwick will be perceived as quite strong, if he is not already. I'll be honest though too, I had no intention of playing Teemo at all. Like I do not care for the character in League. When I did play League, I don't really give a shit about the character now. I think he's just pesky, and I hate hearing oh fuck, I can't believe you hot stuff. I hate that shit, bro. They need a couple more voice lines that he can like mix in. When Warwick dropped though, I was immediately of the mind that I wanted to play Warwick Blitz. I thought it'd be a really cool and fun team, and I still think it will be. The first chance I got to play Warwick was Warwick Yasuo because I didn't own Blitz, but now I do. And honestly, the team of Warwick Blitz, I like it. I'm into it. I'm fine with it. I think it's relatively fun. But I think Warwick Blitz just sounds more fun. I don't know why. Like, I love Yasuo. I love playing Yasuo. And especially with how they changed the character, it didn't really change anything dramatically that I did with the character. And as far as changes as a whole on the cast is concerned, I feel like they did a nice enough job to not nerf things too hard while the life cycle of the game is still early. Obviously, we spent a lot of time in pre-release of this game, so there was a good amount of time to get the feel for characters and where they're strong, where they're weak, all that stuff. But as far as like a more public hands-on approach with these characters, we didn't get a lot of time, so I feel like nerfing them too drastically when the game just dropped is a bit crazy. Especially with a character like Darius. Darius got like a slap on the wrist really just because they're like, oh, hey, we think his balance where he is right now is fine, and I think that's fine. As far as my day one with Warwick, obviously enough, it was like playing a half character. I was only able to spend like an hour with a character. I played 30 minutes in training mode and then 30 minutes online. And initially when I started out online, I was getting beat the fuck up by this one player, but as things progressed, obviously the things evened out. I ended up winning a majority of the games after that, and to the point where I made them rage quit, which was funny. Warwick is still kind of in the territory of kind of sort of feeling like a half character right now. Like, he doesn't feel complete. I don't have a complete idea with him. My day one B&B was honestly just the magic series into like special move and shit like that, and then whatever into super. I didn't really know any better of how to make more effective use of the character until I figured out how to use his OTG. And then my basic combo leveled up into this. Into super. And then, you know, going into alt super with Yasuo as well. How I actually feel about this team is pretty good because, like, the thing that was always pesky about playing Yasuo was, like, his DHC options with other characters, and oftentimes it wasn't very good. You either went into this level 1, which was like kind of inconsistent, but you as Yasuo end up using this super way more, and it was hard to find a character to make the best use of that. That's why I played Blitz for as long as I did, and I do enjoy Blitz. I had a pretty good time with Blitz. What I am pretty happy about is that the game is just open to play. Like, you can just play it, pick it up on PC, you're good to go. Obviously we have to wait for the patch or whatever, but you can go and play. The thing that I'm not happy about is the monetization. The monetization in this game is absolutely egregious. Let me just say, I think the quality of this game is very high. I think it's extremely fun to play. It's extremely addicting to play. The gameplay loop is very solid. I enjoy the characters. The characters' designs are very good. But when each and every skin I've come across up until this point is $20, I cannot get behind that. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. That was one of the things I was actually worried about, was I didn't want the monetization for the cosmetics to be like Valorant prices, which also Riot IP, and the cosmetics in that game are egregious as well. The only thing that's actually relatively reasonable is the battle pass system. It's like your traditional battle pass. It's $10 to get your hands on it. Perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable, pretty standard with free-to-play game models. Another thing I didn't want to was the rotating shop option. I think rotating shops are terrible because they prey on FOMO, so that if you don't get the skin now, you'll have to wait till it comes around again, and who knows how long till it comes around again. I think you should just be able to select whatever character you want and select whatever skin you want to buy at any and all times. You're already asking people to give you money on a free-to-play game model. Do not make them jump through hoops to actually spend their money. On top of that, the way it was pitched to me was that it's not just the skin, it's also the cosmetics that come with the skin as well for your avatar. Listen, I think that's perfectly well and good and fine as an option. I think if I'm going to purchase a skin alongside the avatar cosmetics, I should have the choice to select what I want, whether it be just the skin for the character or any additional cosmetics that may come with it, and the price should change as a reflection of that. Even with the cosmetics, Neon Strike Vi should not be $20. That skin fucking sucks. Like I was saying, if you had the choice for your skins, whether that be just the skin itself or the things and cosmetics that come for the avatar as well, that's perfectly fine. Have it split up. I think the base cost of a skin that would be fair would be something like $10. And the big problem for me here is like the little justifications that come along with buying these cosmetics. Because it starts out as, man, it's a free-to-play model, and I like the game. Of course I want to support the game. Yeah, I'll buy a skin. Well, that's a one-time transaction. You do it once there, that's $20. But the more and more proficient you get with any given character, and the more you feel like a connection to that character, the more you want to uniquely represent yourself in a way. And a way to differentiate yourself is to buy a cosmetic. It's like a little reward for yourself for playing the game and getting better and more proficient at the game. So that's another layer of justification, which is an additional $20. And it just takes 3 transactions of buying a skin to get to a full price game in what would be like 5 years ago. So I guess 4 skins now. I said 4 skin, haha. And then bam, you just paid for a full game with 4 skins. On top of that, the arcane bundle being $100 is fucking absurd. Yes, I'm sure it comes with a bunch of cool shit and stuff like that, and there is like lower tier versions of that bundle, but it is crazy to me on day 1 of dropping monetization that you drop a $100 package. That's fucking nuts. I don't know the specifics of the monetization, but I heard something in the rumor mill that like as a skin persists or whatever, there might be some version of a rotation that will have skins at a discounted price. I don't know if that's true. Somebody could tell me the specifics on what I was referring to there. I would greatly appreciate it in more detail. But if Valorant is any kind of sign for the monetization of this game, it's not going to change. It's not going to get better. In fact, it's probably only going to ramp up for crazier and crazier bundles. I don't usually record for a video while in the process of editing a video, but while I was talking about this with Brandon, he was pitching the Valorant thing back to me as Valorant skin prices are like in direct correlation and competition with something like Counter-Strike, which yes, Counter-Strike has some absurdly expensive skins with the whole loot box system that they did once upon a time. I don't know if they still do that with the cases and whatnot. And I even used to open a couple cases here and there. But the biggest defense I had with Counter-Strike's pricing was Counter-Strike had multiple options for purchasing a skin. Like you could go into what would be like the workshop or like the store page or whatever it would be, like the community store, I forget what it's called. And you could look up skins and select whatever skin you wanted, but also you could find some pretty decent looking skins for like really cheap. I remember I had an AK-47 Elite build, which was like one of my favorite aesthetics for a gun, and it was only 50 cents. And I will say there is skins in 2XKO that look good to me. Like there's a Warwick skin in particular that I really want that looks amazing. And dude, I might just cop out to buy it just because I think it just does look that good. Like I can't deny the quality of the visuals on these cosmetics. And then there's like the streamer element too. Like all the streamers that you know are going to be playing and representing those skins because of course they are. Of course they're going to be showing off the new shiny thing. Like this is their job, which is another layer of justification. So they want to show off like the cool cosmetics and whatnot. Dude, if I was a full-time streamer, yeah, you fucking bet your ass I would be dropping hella money on this game. But you guys let me know where you're sitting and like what side of the fence you lean on all this. Is it appropriately priced? Is it just dramatically too much like I'm saying? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.